I have bark, but I cannot bite. I have a trunk, but I am not an elephant. I have rings, but no fingers. What am I? I am a tree, you're right. Botany is, in the most basic terms, the study of plants. Of the nearly 400,000 identified species of plants, all you really need to know is this. All plants are made up of the same parts, just put together differently. Botany is one of the most important fields of science. Why? It's because our very survival depends on plants. You see, plants produce the air we need to breathe, the food we must eat, the medicines we take to stay well, and many other items we use every single day. Today, though, we're going to focus only on trees. We all know that trees come in many shapes, sizes, and types, which often vary based on their geographical location. Trees are a renewable resource. They provide shade, homes for animals as well as people, the paper we use, and they are beautiful to look at. When you think about a tree, do you ever think about the soil that the tree is growing in? It's easy to overlook the soil. We become so caught up with the tree above ground that we tend to forget that what's happening below ground is just as important. The specific composition of desired soil types varies with the type of tree and climate. Appropriate soil for tree health is essential, and neglecting it can be detrimental to a tree's health. Soil is comprised of many nutrients, including minerals, liquids, and gases. Not only does soil provide nutrients for the trees to grow and thrive, but it also filters and retains water and regulates water flow, which helps prevent flooding. Soil's water filtration capacity is what keeps our groundwater free from pollutants too. The soil acts as a tree's food pantry. It stores and releases the essential nutrients and minerals it needs to be healthy, to grow and produce their flowers, seeds, fruit, or vegetables. Soil also stores water for plants, providing them with continual moisture and helping to transport nutrients to the root system. Although roots are usually unseen, they are essential. Did you know that what you see above ground is really determined by what's hidden underground? What happens underground, where the plant roots live, drives plant growth. The bigger and healthier the root system, the bigger and healthier the tree. Roots are typically colorless and help to bring soil nutrients up through the vascular system of the tree and even work to store nutrients during dormant periods. A tree's root system is very important. First, they provide the anchor needed to keep a tree in place. More importantly, roots are the lifeline of a tree, taking up air, water, and nutrients from the soil and moving them up into the leaves, where they can interact with sunlight to produce sugars, flavors, and energy for the tree. Biologists have recently discovered that roots actually secrete compounds that affect the microorganisms in the soil, doing things like helping protect the tree from disease and encouraging it to absorb nutrients from the soil. There is a whole world of activity underground. The deeper and more widespread roots are, the more stable and steadfast the tree. Isn't it amazing how our Creator works? All the unseen details we don't necessarily think about. The Creator of the universe didn't overlook a single one. The trunk is visible proof of continued growth. It doesn't stop growing. Did you know that there are 5 separate layers in the trunk of a tree? There's the outer bark, which protects the tree from its surroundings, including inclement weather, wildlife, pests, and more. It controls moisture, protecting the tree from excessive rain and snow, as well as keeping moisture levels appropriate during dry seasons. It insulates during cold weather and protects from sunburn in the summer. The second layer is the phloem or inner bark, which is where food and nutrients are passed through the tree. It is a very important layer with a short lifespan. It eventually dies and turns into cork and becomes part of the outer layer of bark. This layer is what makes the growth rings we see when the trunk is cut. They show the history and age of the tree. Thicker, light-colored rings when the tree is growing and receiving nutrients. And then, in the late summer and fall, growth slows, and dark-colored, thinner rings are formed. The third layer is the cambium cell layer, which is the part of the trunk that grows. It produces more bark and wood as hormones are passed down from the leaves, stimulating new cell growth. When these first three layers of the trunk are removed from even a small portion all the way around the trunk, the tree will die. The next layer is sapwood, which is new wood, and serves as the tree's water pipeline, delivering water to the entire tree. As new sapwood is created, the inner cells turn into heartwood. Heartwood is the final and innermost layer of the trunk. It plays an important role in balance, stability, and security for a tree. Technically, heartwood is dead, but it does not decay unless the outer layers of the tree are jeopardized. The uppermost part of the tree is called the crown. No, not that type of crown. I'm talking about the crown of a tree. The tree crown consists of branches, leaves, flowers, and fruit. Branches can be large and small, reaching outward from the trunk. They store food while also providing strength and support. Leaves come in many shapes and sizes and are vital to the existence of trees as they play one of the most important functions. Leaves produce food for the tree by a simple process called photosynthesis. This process collects energy from light and converts it to chemical energy, which is then stored and helps the tree to live and grow. Without light, the tree dies. Leaves keep trees cool during the loss of water by evaporation, and they also help to keep the air clean by filtering dust and other particles from the air. The flower is the most colorful and attractive part of the tree. It develops into a fruit, which is the final and edible part of the tree. What is a fruit? It's the sweet and fleshy product of a tree that contains seed and can be eaten as food. The principal purpose of the fruit is the protection and dissemination of the seed to bring about a new tree. Did you know that there are major and minor fruit trees? In general, major fruit trees are grown in large areas of private fields, boasting a remarkable level of production. Among these, we find the cherry, almond, and apple. Among the trees classified as having minor fruits, those that have lower production levels, we find the fig, pomegranate, and walnut. There's a lot of work involved in caring for fruit trees because fruit doesn't magically appear overnight. Fruit trees can take several years to start producing fruit and require ongoing maintenance of watering, feeding, pruning, etc. Fruit will only be as good as the combined value of the components I previously mentioned. Fruit trees are pruned primarily to ensure production of fruits of high quality by reducing the number of competing fruits and by increasing penetration of light into the fruit-bearing zone of the crown. Pruning generally increases fruit size. The effects of pruning vary with species, severity, and timing of pruning, and environmental and other conditions. Pruning when the tree is dormant increases light penetration into tree crowns. Normal dormant pruning stimulates shoot growth and decreases yield by reducing the number of flower buds and hence the number of fruits, but it increases fruit size and improves fruit color. All of these parts of a tree are important, and when one part is not thriving, the other parts suffer. All trees have some basic environmental value and provide us with many benefits, such as producing oxygen, purifying the atmosphere, conserving water, preventing soil erosion, providing a habitat to a wide variety of insects, birds, and animals, and regulating temperatures in hot climates by providing shade and condensation through foliage. Trees need light and food in order to grow strong. In short, trees are essential because they help maintain the balance of nature.